Let's go. Good start. It was in gear, wasn't it? Oh dear. Right. It's been a long week. So here we go. I have spent this week commuting. Granted, only 10 or so miles to work. And I'm not going to lie, I have enjoyed it. Because obviously the riding part's fun. But my word, I've forgotten. I used to commute a lot on the bike, but I've forgotten how much of a pain in the arse it is, to be honest. It's enjoyable, but it's a pain, if that makes sense. Because, God, I'm getting up early just to kind of put all my gear on. I'm sweating before I even get on the bike to even leave to go to work. And then I'm putting on this thick jacket because it's about 10 to 13 degrees in the morning by the time I leave. I've now just left work and it's 27, 28 degrees and I've got the same thick jacket on. So yeah, and also I'm currently wearing a dark visor. It's okay at the moment in the morning, but I think soon I'm probably going to switch to a light one because it does feel a bit dark. But yeah, I mean, obviously the fun outweighs all of it, right? It's really fun commuting to work. You kind of, you know, you get your buzz before going into work and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I'm fortunate that I've got now, towards the end of this week, I've now got a locker at work, so I can go in, put all my stuff down, get changed and stuff before I start work, essentially. So that's good. But yeah, if you haven't got all that, you just feel like you're lugging crap about all the time, and it's actually a bit of a pain. But I don't think I'll be doing this. I mean, I'll only be doing it in good weather. But at the minute, the job that I've got, basically, it's probably only a temporary job, but the job I've got also requires me to do some shift. Well, it's a shift pattern, right? So I'm having to do mornings. So I'm doing like 6 a.m. till 2, for example. And then there's going to be days where I'm doing 3 p.m. till midnight. And I know it's going to be one of them days when I forget to put my light visor on, and then it's going to get to midnight and I've got to ride home with a dark visor. So it's things like that you've got to remember. I mean, I know this isn't going to be the same for everyone, but it's all this kind of stuff that you probably have to factor in when you're starting a new job, if you're doing a job like mine. The thing is that currently it's my only form of transport, whilst my wife has the car to get to her work and get the kids to nursery and stuff. And also this is a busy ass road, but yeah, I think, to be honest, I think, yeah, the main things that you have to consider if you're going to start commuting: make sure that you've got a locker or some form of storage on your bike, whether that be a top box, panniers, whatever, somewhere to actually put all your gear, so you're not having to lug it around. Make sure you've got the correct visor, because I know for a fact I'm going to get caught out with that at some point. And then also, I'm probably going a bit fast actually. Where was I? Also, make sure you've got the correct gear, because like I say, this jacket is not good for 28 degree weather. It's got little mesh panels in it and all that kind of stuff, or the vents, or whatever you want to call them. I've undone them all and I'm absolutely sweating. I was perfect on the way in, but now I'm sweating. Luckily, I've got kind of, again, not really proper bike boots on, but they're like the work boots, almost like sight boots. Steelies on. Again, it was purely just to take one pair of boots, because the start of the week I was just taking my motorcycle trainers and the boots, and then because I haven't got boxes on this, I'm trying to lug it about in a little bag. And there's also stuff with me there's also stuff that I need to take with me to work that isn't bike related. So but that would also be another thing I'd say, is if you haven't done it for a while, commuting, I would recommend you try and get used to it, because in previous videos I said, oh, this bike's great for commuting, and it is, but because I haven't done it for so long, my back and neck and stuff like that have been aching so much. So yeah, it's just next week will probably be fine. It's just getting used to it. But carrying a bag slightly leant over, you know, it's just something you've got to be mindful of. The reason I'm saying these things is because in my head I've even gone, oh god, am I going to have to get another car, because this commuting at the minute is tiring me out and all this kind of stuff. But actually, I think when you think about it, it's just stuff that you've got to get used to again. I've been out of work for several weeks and not been commuting at all, so that's another thing to factor in. Having not been to work for 7 weeks anyway, that's just getting, because I've lost my previous job, getting used to being back at work again, commuting to work. I was getting the train before, so it wasn't a big deal, but just commuting again in general though is something you have to factor in. What bike you got, what gear you got. I say what bike you got, just got to get used to the bike that you've got, what gear you've got, if you've got locker or storage space at, you know, at your work, because it will be helpful. And you know, I'm saying all this, and it really does sound like I'm moaning and stuff like that, but it's still worth it. You know, it's still worth having it. You know, in the mornings, blitzing to work, you can have fun. Also, just, you know, even if you're not going mad, it's still helpful if there's traffic and stuff like that, weaving in and out of traffic should you need to, and appropriately. You know, that makes it worth having to lug about all this stuff. I say all this stuff, I've got a backpack on and loads of heavy gear, but it's making me consider what gear I've got. I thought maybe potentially I could wear my work trousers, and then maybe I could wear my work trousers and get some of those leggings. You know, you get them like AA, AAA leggings now. Wonder if I could wear them under my work trousers so I haven't got to change into jeans. You know, I know you can get tops like that as well, but I still need to wear a jacket, a bike jacket or whatever. Can't wear a polo shirt and that underneath, I look ridiculous. So I'll still probably wear a jacket, but then it's just, again, I'm not worrying about jeans then. It's just, and I'm wearing my work boots. But yeah, it has made me reconsider what gear I've got. And in the winter, if I do any riding, what am I going to wear then? Because I've got, you know, textile trousers and stuff. Do I just wear, again, work stuff under textile trousers, so I'm only taking one layer off, or whatever. So yeah, I guess make sure you've got the right gear as well. That's all I'd say. I still don't think you could, to be honest, you can't really beat commuting to work on a bike, I don't think. As I say, at the minute this commute is pretty much a straight line in only 20 minutes, so I can't really complain. If you're going to, you know, if you were going longer distances, I used to commute on a bike for about an hour, but again, luckily I had storage space, you know. But it has made me reconsider the whole second bike thing again as well now, because I don't want to be driving this in the winter. I don't want to ruin it. So basically, to conclude, make sure you've got the right gear, make sure you've got somewhere to store it, get used to your bike, make sure you're commuting, make sure you're comfortable on it before you start commuting every day. I'm also, yeah, like I just said, if I do get a second bike now, maybe I'm going to get one that's slightly more suited to commuting, someone that's maybe slightly more upright, a bit more wind protection, maybe some boxes, you know, proper commuter. Because yeah, this can do it in the summer, but not in the winter, I don't think. Well, it can. I don't want to do it in the winter in this. But yeah, just thought I'd jump on. Realise I haven't done a video in a couple of weeks. I don't know, you know, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing them or I'll just do one every now and again when I feel like it. But I finished a bit early today at, you know, 2ish. I thought, oh, early ride home, let's just chat about commuting, because it's been fresh in my mind because I've had neck and backache. Anyway, I will catch you in the next one. Ta-da for now.